I just found out my husband got my best friend pregnant. I'm currently 7 months pregnant. I'll try to keep this short, but I don't think I can. She's been my person since we were 8. We met in 2nd grade because we had the same lunchbox. When her mom passed senior year, she basically lived at my house. My parents put a cot in my room and she slept there for 6 months. She's the one who told me to go on a second date with my husband. She said he seemed like the kind of guy who stays. She was my maid of honor. Her speech made him cry. In April, she got evicted. She'd been behind on rent for a while and I knew it. I'd been sending her money here and there. When the notice came, I didn't even ask my husband. I just washed the sheets in the guest room and told her to come home. He was fine with it. He carried her boxes up the stairs in one trip and told her she could stay as long as she needed. The 3 of us had dinner together every night. She'd set the table, he'd do the dishes. I'd sit there with my feet up thinking I was the luckiest person alive. And she was amazing. I want to be honest about that. She rubbed my feet every night. She made the potato soup I couldn't stop craving like twice a week. She drove me to my appointments when my husband couldn't get off work. She painted the nursery. She painted yellow. Looking back, there were things. She stopped drinking wine at dinner and said she was doing a dry month. That was 2 months ago. She cried in the bathroom at my baby shower, and I thought it was because she was so happy for me. They had a show they watched together after I went to bed. I go to bed at 8 now. I'm huge. Once I came downstairs at midnight for ice cream, and they both went quiet. He said they were planning a surprise for me. I thought it was a push present. My husband started bringing home flowers for no reason. I actually joked to her that he must be feeling guilty about something. She laughed. She laughed right in my face. This morning I heard her throwing up in the hall bathroom. I went in and held her hair back, like I've done 100 times since high school. I joked that she was catching my symptoms. She didn't laugh. She just sat down on the tile and said, "It's not sympathy." I still didn't get it. I said, "Wait, you're pregnant?" I asked who the guy was. I didn't even know she was seeing anyone. She wouldn't look at me. She stared at the guest towels I bought her, the yellow ones to match the nursery. Then she said his name, my husband's name. I don't remember walking to our bedroom. He was still asleep. I said her name and he woke up like he'd been waiting for it, like he'd been waiting for weeks. He didn't deny it. He didn't even sit up at first. He said it happened once, then he said a couple of times, then he stopped counting out loud. He said she was lonely. He said he was just there. He said he was going to tell me after the baby came so I wouldn't be stressed, like he was doing me a favor. I just stood in the doorway holding my belly like I was protecting her from him. I asked if it was in my house. He said, "We were careful. She is 8 weeks pregnant." That's how careful they were. That's when the number hit me. 8 weeks. 8 weeks ago, give or take, I was in the hospital for 2 nights with early contractions. I was 21 weeks. They had me hooked up to monitors and pumping me full of fluids. The doctor said the word viability, and I had to ask my husband what it meant because my brain wouldn't work. He held my hand. He cried. Real tears. Then he went home for the night. He said the nurses told him to get real sleep. He said he had to shower and feed the dog. She stayed back at the house because hospitals make her anxious since her mom. She FaceTimed me that night from my guest room. She said she was praying for us. She said she loved me. She was wearing his gray hoodie. I figured she grabbed it off the laundry pile because she was cold. I thought it was sweet. I told her she was the best friend anyone could ever ask for, and I meant it. He was probably already in the bed. When I came home 2 days later, the whole house was spotless. Every sheet in the house washed. Flowers on my nightstand. I cried and thanked them both. I packed a bag in about 4 minutes. When I walked out, she was crying in the hallway, and he was standing behind her with his hand on her back. Behind her. His 7 months pregnant wife was walking out the door, and his hand was on her back. I'm in a motel right now. My dad is driving down tomorrow with his truck. He doesn't know why yet. I just said I needed the truck, and he didn't ask. My husband has called 31 times. She texted me one thing. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen." Like she tripped and fell into my marriage. I keep feeling my daughter kick, and all I can think about is that I gave her my guest room, and they made a baby in it while I was hooked up to a monitor begging mine to stay put.